there are going to be a lot of opinions, there are going to be a lot of naysayers, there are a lot of people that doubt you, and you have to not only deal with your own fear, but deal with
sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now.
y'all see the backdrop, so y'all know your girl is here to give some content. All the products that I'm using per usual are always going to be in my description box in the order in which I use them. I am going to film an updated brown girl friendly makeup tutorial for all of my brown girlies, but today, as y'all can see by the title, it's just a life update. So if I don't mention a product or I don't show a product, please know that it is listed for your viewing pleasure down in the description box below. This video is probably going to be long-winded, so go ahead and get you a glass of wine, some water, a soda, whatever it is that you drink, you eat. Go ahead and get you some snacks because we have like great things to catch up on. I've already moisturized off camera. You guys already know Pond's is that girl for me. I'm using another moisturizer, but I'll talk to you guys about that in my brown girl friendly makeup tutorial because I don't feel like digging in my bag and getting it because unpacking, I'm just trying to ease myself back into a routine. Your girl has been gone, and if you follow me, then you know that I have been in LA for over like a month and a half. Life is so crazy, and I'm just so grateful to God that He blessed me with a talent that gives me the ability to travel the world, because I know that's coming very soon, or being able to travel the world doing what I love. And I'm grateful. Today's video, like I said, is super late. It's literally 9:12 at night, but I need to figure out what I'm going to wear to the expo, or if I need to go and buy something. I'm doing my makeup because I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, let me know down in the comments if y'all like that as well, but when you're trying to put on a fit, you got to put the whole look together to see what is given. I just wanted to do my makeup, and I needed to start back filming content anyways, just because my schedule was going to be so hectic and all over the place this week. I wanted to just have things to be able to upload for you guys to watch, and so that way you're at least a little bit caught up in my life. If you don't follow me, which you should, you guys know that before anything, I'm a makeup artist. So my page that used to be The Fashionceesta, I've said this in other videos, but just in case this is your first time watching me, the page that was The Fashionceesta got switched over to my business profile because honestly, that's just what made the most sense for me. I used to post my YouTube stuff on there anyways, so when I decided to switch up my brand and kind of strictly make it about like beauty, I just made a whole nother The Fashionceesta Instagram. So I will have both linked down below if you guys would like to follow me and just kind of check in with what I have going on. But I've said it before in my other videos that the Fashionceesta Instagram will strictly just be like my fashion content, reels, products that I'm using. So basically the short form content, what you guys are seeing here on my YouTube channel. You can't put like such a long or detailed caption on shorts, then that's where you guys will go to my Instagram to see how I feel about whatever products it is that I'm talking about or that I'm showing you guys. So make sure you guys go and follow my Instagram. Back to LA. So literally the expo was the only reason why I am back in South Carolina. This was a prior obligation. I've known about this since maybe either like February or March. I don't remember when they actually reached out to me asking me to be a part of the expo, but it was a prior obligation long before anything with LA ever came along. So I'm super excited to be here for that, and I wanted to make sure that I flew home where I had enough time to adjust to the time difference, as well as kind of get my life sorted out in regards to what I was going to be doing for the expo, like the type of makeup, the look, if there were like business cards or like any type of, you know, marketing or promotion things that I wanted to have out there while I'm on stage, or like, you know, when people have the opportunity to come up and talk to us after the actual expo. I wanted to make sure that I had all of that stuff done in advance. So that's why I flew back to South Carolina before the expo instead of kind of just waiting until a couple of days before. LA definitely came at a whim. My best friend since literally the first day of school, 7th grade, she has lived in LA for the last 10 years, and we have never seen Beyonce together. We're both very huge Beyonce fans, and we have never seen her together because, like I said, she lives in California. The type of jobs that I was working, I just didn't have the flexibility that I have now to just pick up and book a flight and go somewhere. So we were last minute, well, not last minute, because initially neither one of us were going to go to the concert because it was hell trying to get those tickets. And if you are a real Beyonce fan, then you know, like, we really don't be having these problems getting tickets. If anything, is if you're trying to fight for like getting a floor seat. But like this time around, oh my God, like it was just ridiculous trying to get tickets to go see Renaissance. So she hit me up, and like, you know, obviously once the whole reselling thing kind of went into effect, she was just like, I still really want to go. We've never seen Beyonce together. We should just go see Beyonce together. And so we just decided last minute, like, hell, let's do it. Let's pull the trigger on it. And then it was like, oh, well, you can come out here and kind of do work things. And I was saying, you know, how I would love to come and work in LA. And obviously this was before the strike stuff like started to happen. And so I was just like, oh yeah, like, you know, I can come out there and see what work is like. And, you know, I would love to like get some experience because it is one of my goals to join the union. If you guys are unfamiliar with the union, makeup artists who work on like major films, major TV shows, things like that, typically are artists that are a part of the union. Now, when you're looking at like reality TV shows, things like that, those makeup artists and hairstylists are typically just under an agency, and the agency has a connection where they're able to book people work. You guys know that I do work in the celebrity field, but I am not signed to an agency, and I'm obviously not a part of the union. So I felt like, you know, going out to LA, starting to network, talk to people, all of that good stuff would definitely help me out with, you know, trying to book projects where I could maybe come on and be someone's assistant and get those hours in. Because in order to get in the union, you have to have like a certain amount of hours on set. But obviously, because the work goes to union workers, it's hard to do that unless you go up there and do the groundwork. So my best friend essentially convinced me to come up there and just, you know, give LA a shot. And I was all gung-ho for it, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to LA and I'm gonna probably stay out there for like 2 weeks. I'm not gonna book a returning flight. We just gonna see. And I feel like, you know, because LA is definitely land of the opportunity, and let me tell y'all something. You can definitely meet people in Atlanta and like see celebrities or socialites in Atlanta, but it is nothing like LA. Like when I tell y'all, I saw somebody who I knew every single day while I was in LA, and I was gone for like a month and a half. She was just telling me like, you know, the best thing you can do is to just come out here and just get here. Like trying to network, trying to find jobs or whatever, like most of the work that you're gonna find, most of the connections you're gonna build is gonna be from you actually getting out here and touching the soil. So you should just come and stay out here and see how you like it. And I was all pumped up like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Girl, and y'all gonna see in the vlog, because obviously I vlogged a little bit while I was in LA. It was time for me to get ready to leave, like it started getting real. Like I'm talking about like 2-3 days until like my flight coming up. Girl, I was having panic attacks. I was just so nervous because it was like, what are you doing? You're literally going all the way across the country. Like, this is not a vacation for your best friend. Like, you know, you're not working. Now the actors are on strike. Like, what are you going to do if you get out there and you're unable to make money, knowing that, like, you know, you're still coming up on the end of your lease here in South Carolina. You're still gonna have to pay rent. You still have bills. Like, it was just very much a what if, like just panicking. Like, I am a Taurus, a true earth sign. Stability is so important to me in my everyday life. Like, I just don't really play that winging it shit. I need to know for sure that like I'm going to be good. And the fact that like I've kind of just been winging it for the last 2 years with my career and not really taking any risks, that really started to like just weigh in on me. And I'm like, oh my god, like what am I doing? I'm making a mistake. I'm only gonna stay for like a week and a half or 2 weeks and I'm gonna come back. Like, I was already plotting and planning to come back to South Carolina before I ever even got on a plane. Like, when I tell y'all, like, I was a wreck going into like leaving for LA. Girl, I got off that plane and I was a hot mess coming back because I just did not want to come back to South Carolina. When I tell you, when something is for you and you keep God in all of your plans, if it's meant for you, he gonna find a way to work it out. I wasn't even in LA for a full 72 hours before work opportunities started to fall in my lap. I just so happened to be out there and there were brand events that were going on. So I got invited to a rare beauty event. Well, not got invited because it was open to the public, but nonetheless, I got to mingle with the rare beauty social team, which was really great. And I got invited to BeautyCon to like, this is actually like, I got invited to BeautyCon to create content as an emerging influencer, which was like such a dope opportunity. And they also gifted me not only with being able to come to create content, but they also gifted me with extra passes. So my best friend and then her best friend, who is now one of my friends as well, I was able to bring them along with me to BeautyCon, which was such like a dope, you know, opportunity because, you know, she is technically considered a creative, because, you know, hairstylist, but it gave them the opportunity that if they wanted to be able to network. And BeautyCon was just so like I can't even express to y'all what LA did for me and my confidence and just me as like a young single black woman in this creative space. Like, it really just opened up my eyes to like all the opportunities and things that I feel like being in a small town, and this is not to like shit on South Carolina, but like I've literally lived in Columbia, South Carolina my whole life. Obviously Atlanta is definitely like my second home. It has so much to do with the success of my career as a makeup artist, but I have only ever truly lived, like gotten mail in South Carolina for real. Like, I've always been afraid to just like leave home to live anywhere else, to give anywhere else another opportunity. And the reality is, as much as I love South Carolina, I mean, hell, it might be stuff going on here and I just don't know about it because being home, like, I'm just not as moved to work as hard as I would in like LA or something. But literally, when I tell y'all the opportunities that were like coming out of nowhere was just, I feel like God just really showing me like, you can do this. I didn't give you that gift for nothing. And like, take advantage of every opportunity while you're here, because you deserve to be in these spaces. You deserve to be in these rooms. You deserve to be a part of these conversations. And I was counting myself out before I could even, I was like counting myself out before I could even fully give myself a chance And just to see the way that like God showed up and showed out in my life while I was in LA was just crazy. So there are some negotiations going on. Obviously, the closer that I get to that, I will be able to talk to you guys about it. But your girl is officially a bi-coastal baddie. So yes, I am taking the next steps to see about getting my license, not transferred, but to be dually licensed in the state of California, as well as keep my license here in South Carolina, because I definitely want to be able to tap into that medical field, being able to do laser hair removal, because you guys know as an esthetician, that does fall under my license. Also being able to take like aesthetics clients out there, so like being able to do like brow services, because you guys know that like in South Carolina, that's mainly what I focus on, is makeup and body waxing and brow services. Like those are the only things that I care to do, is like hair removal, and that's it. So I'm just so excited. I was so afraid to take that leap, but I think that me just honestly getting out there and just doing it, and not even just that, I can't even give myself all the credit. I honestly have to, and I don't want to get emotional, because why y'all, I hear it in my voice like getting ready to cry, but I'm so grateful for my best friend, for her opening her home up to me, for her opening up her resources, her time, her energy to my scary ass, and just encouraging me and just reminding me and showing me that I am worthy and that I just need to dream bigger. Because I feel like I won't even just say South Carolina, I will say small towns, period, because this is everywhere. This is not just a South Carolina thing. Like I wouldn't even shit on my city in that way and making it just like, oh, only in South Carolina do people do this. But there's just so much more out there. And I feel like when you come from a small town where there is such like a crabs in a barrel mentality, it can be very hard to pull yourself out of it. And I was just very content and very complacent with just being in South Carolina. Like it didn't require me to do more. Like I, you know, was talking all this, oh, I want to grow my career, I want to do this, I want to do that, blah, blah, blah. But like not fully jumping into it. So to leave my hometown, and I'm not talking about just to go up the street to Charlotte or, you know, go down the street to Atlanta. Like I literally packed my stuff up and went to LA, and it was like a great experience for me. Like that unlocked just a new level of like confidence in myself. Like I really feel like I can do this. Like I can leave South Carolina and I can go be successful as a makeup artist and really and truthfully like grow my brand. And it wasn't that I didn't think that it was possible before. I was just scared. Like that's literally all that it was scared. So now I'm just like, bet I need to take advantage of my time. And I talked about this in another video. Honestly, I just don't be editing the content that I sit down and film, which I'm definitely trying to break out of that. Like honestly, because I took a nap earlier today after I got done doing makeup. I'm probably gonna go ahead and edit this video tonight as well, so that way it's up and like literally waiting and ready for me. But yeah, like I just feel like taking that jump, taking that leap, it just made me realize like I can really do this if I really want to. And being in LA around so many other creatives and people who are literally just making it happen, regardless of what life looks like for them personally on the outside, they're still choosing to take advantage of the opportunities being presented to them and like go for it. And that was like exactly what I needed to see, and like people really like doing their big one at a higher level. And you know, it was such a great experience. So obviously once the vlog drops, you guys will see more of like the Rare Beauty event. You guys will see more of the BeautyCon Fest, all of that good stuff. So I don't want to spend too much more time on that, but it was amazing. Now I will also say that I got booked in LA. So I want to talk about just like the power of networking. I'm someone who does not really get on Facebook like that at all. Like I just don't really care for Facebook. I feel like Facebook is messy. It's just be a lot of just crabs in a barrel mentality. Like I feel like if I had to compare Facebook to anything, it's like a local shade room. And I'm just not interested in like surrounding myself or subjecting myself to that type of drama. It's a lot of fake positivity. It's a lot of people being hypercritical, all that. However, with me leaving and going to LA and obviously not knowing anyone, I definitely needed to see what these Facebook groups were talking about. So I joined any and every Facebook group I could find that had anything to do with like film, photographers, models, things like that, so that way I could network with people while I was in LA. And I did end up booking a gig from there, and it actually went really well. One thing that I will say that I absolutely love about LA, because obviously it's a creative city, they have so many dope studios that I'm just like, when I come back, I already have like my stuff mapped out. Like when I tell y'all, like I got back home and like obviously I'm still unpacking, but I'm like, just according to the different places that I can book and the different locations I want to shoot at, that's literally like, I'm taking I'm taking suitcases with me, probably shipping some things, because I know the looks that I want to get off, where I can shoot at, I'm excited. I am so excited and just eager to get back, just because I know being in LA is going to elevate my content. Like there's so many dope spaces to shoot, whether it be a studio, whether it's landmarks, things like that. Like I'm so excited to get back. I want to talk about the art expo a little bit, the reason why I'm even back in South Carolina to begin with. So there is a brand based out of South Carolina. It's called a creative culture brand, and basically it's just like local creatives that get together. And I can't recall whether or not this is the second or the third expo, but like the owner reached out to me, like he like randomly came and followed me like some months back and was like inviting me to like this creator link up. And if to know me is to know, like I'm very like skeptical of people, just because my experience with like meeting people and being cool with people that I've met from social media, I would say maybe like beyond like, I don't know, 2013, 2014 has just not been good. Like people are just not who they portray themselves to be online, and I don't be having time for the bull. Like I don't be having time for it. And I mean, in this climate, you definitely should be a little skeptical about the people who you allow into your space, because people are not only weird, they're crazy as hell as well. So when he reached out, like I had something to do, and it was just like, oh, okay, you know, cool. But I didn't really care to like go and socialize for real. But he was just so supportive of everything that I had going on. Didn't give me weird vibes. And after like that one little meetup that he invited me to that I wasn't able to make it to, he like reached back out again and was like, hey, I want to invite you to our expo that's coming up. Is gonna be in October, like it's gonna be in the fall, blah blah blah. Or maybe he did tell me it was October. Now that time has come. The expo is this weekend, and I'm just so like excited and just like grateful, because I think sometimes like when you're in it and you're just doing it, it's hard to like give yourself your flowers. But like when I had to submit my information, because I very much chat GPT my bio, I just gave them all the facts because I was just not in the mental space to like, you know, be thinking of words about myself. And what's crazy is I am the worst person to talk about myself. Like if it's in conversation, cool, but wanting me to sit down and write a whole think piece about me, it just feels very weird, and it's just not something that I'm good at. So when I was putting information into chat GPT and it was basically summarizing my life, I'm like, you know, I'm kind of that girl. Like I've really been out here, and to be from like a small town and to be making the moves that I'm making and doing the things that I'm doing, regardless of what that looks like or feels like to me, because I don't feel like it's on such a bigger scale. It is such an accomplishment, and it's so much to be proud about. And I just think that for the rest of this year, and obviously going forward, I just want to take more time to be proud of myself, because you know, a lot of people would have gave up, and a lot of people can't do what it is that I'm doing, because this shit is scary. Like it's very scary, and there are going to be a lot of opinions, there are going to be a lot of naysayers, there are a lot of people that doubt you, and you have to not only deal with your own fear, but deal with, you know, other people just like doubting your abilities as well. And so to that, I just want to say I'm so excited for this expo. I'm nervous as hell because I haven't had to do like public speaking or anything like that in such a long time, but I'm so excited to like get there and to share my journey and to share my craft with people and to mix and mingle with the people, you know, after the event, and hopefully like build some type of like connections with other people. Maybe find like, you know, some mentees or people who really want to tap into doing makeup for real. And so that's what honestly what this is all about to me, is just community and like showing people that it's possible. And that's one of the things that I pray for often when it comes to this, is like not even so much just for the money. Like I'm not gonna act like I don't pray for financial stability, because that is important. But one of the things that is, well, the thing that's most important to me is being this little black girl from KC, South Carolina, and being able to show other people that like you can really, really, really make your dreams come true, and you don't have to limit yourself to the things that you see in your things that's within reach. Like dream beyond your wildest dreams, because life is crazy enough just to give them to, life is crazy enough to actually give those things to you. And I think that when you come from a small town like I do, where a lot of people don't really make it out or do anything that's like drastic with their life, it can be a little discouraging for someone who wants more for life, wants more out of their life. And that's not to say, like I said, that people don't do big things here, because obviously, I mean, he's not from Columbia, but y'all know Charlamagne is from South Carolina. Who else can I think of? Jasmine Sanders, I actually went to high school with her, the model. She's from Columbia, South Carolina, like actually from here. Who else? Sergio Hudson, one of the biggest designers right now, South Carolina, Columbia, technically Ridgeway, but Columbia because it's the closest major city to Ridgeway. Like, we produce a lot of great people, and you know, I'm one of those great people. So I'm excited to sit down on a panel and to talk about that with other people. And like I said, just to encourage folks that like, you can really do this if you really want to. So I'm excited about that. Now, the next thing that I'm gonna talk about, so the next thing I wanna talk about is 427 Beauty. You guys know that I launched my cosmetic line, literally the brow pencil, not the brow pencil, the brow pomade that I just used is from my brand. When I tell y'all, I'm just so overwhelmed at like the response. So I'm gonna use Taylor as my model. You guys have seen Taylor on my channel here before. It has been a very long time, but Taylor is one of my longest standing clients. I literally started working with Taylor when she was 15. Taylor is now 27, I believe. But yeah, Taylor is going to be my model for the expo, so I'm super excited about that. We always have such a good time when we're together. I wasn't really vlogging as much, but if you know me, like, you know, Taylor is like, that's my road dog. Like, we have gone through so much together, and like, yeah, that's my girl. I love Taylor. 427 Beauty. I think that might have been where I stopped off at, which is why, y'all, filming content like this is not good for somebody like myself who has ADHD, because I literally don't be remembering shit. But 427 Beauty, I'm just super excited about my brand, and I'm shocked, but I'm also grateful to God that like my brand is doing the numbers that it's doing. Like, it's insane for me to be such like a small, if we could go, if there's a word smaller than small, like literally no major marketing or promotion, and just like everything that I have coming up, all the things that I have planned for my brand, I'm just super excited to get started and to just share more with you all, because like I said before, if you guys have not seen that video, or hell, I don't even know if I posted it, I'm not even about to hold y'all, but I have been wanting to launch 427 Beauty literally for like the past couple of years. Obviously, I'm a makeup artist. Me having a makeup brand makes complete and total sense. It was just a matter of the money it was gonna take to start it up, wanting to make sure that I was using or creating products that were friendly to the environment, but like also things that I knew that like weren't going to be tested on animals in labs, just to make sure that my brand could be inclusive. And so to have launched that and to see it get the response it's been getting, like, if you guys have purchased anything from me, from this platform, like, thank you guys so much. Y'all have no idea like what this means to me. And it's just, again, just adding on to me realizing that like the world has always been at my fingertips. I just needed to stop being afraid of being great. And now that I'm not as afraid to be great, it's been really working out in my favor. So 427 Beauty, like, this is literally just the beginning. I'm also going to talk to you guys about what I have planned. So I want to do a prom send off for somebody that went to my high school. So obviously, like, you know, the more that the brand grows, I will look to open it up to other people, but I want to start where I got my start at, because obviously there's a story there, and I have a connection to my high school. Prom has gotten so extravagant and just so expensive. So I want to be able to host a prom send-off for somebody that is going to prom this year from my high school. And honestly, what you guys will probably see in the vlog this week will more than likely be like, you know, me going up to the school. I don't know how comfortable she would be with being on camera, but I do want to go and talk to the current principal and kind of let her know, you know, what it is that I'm trying to do and why it means so much to me and why I'm starting at RISU. And hopefully she can kind of help me come up with an idea of, you know, whether or not I should just go with students who absolutely like need this or whatever the case may be. But I'm so excited about the prom send off and just to kind of have my feet planted here. So it was good that I was able to come back before the actual expo to start working on that, because what I don't want to do is wait until the last minute and be in here trying to like scramble together something. Like, those kids deserve somebody that's like dedicated and something that's well put together. So that's what I'm trying to do, is get ahead of the curve. Prom doesn't happen here until like April, May-ish. So I want to already have that out the way, have whatever sponsors, whoever would like to volunteer their services, all of that stuff out the way. I just want to, again, make sure I talk to the principal and get the okay go from her first before I start to push it out. And if she does not comply or allow me to do this at my old high school, then I will just open it up to high school seniors in Columbia, period. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I think that this is gonna be like such a good way to start off my like nonprofit work that I'm looking to do with my business and to just build from there. So super excited to see how that goes and how this gets started. As a fellow scaredy cat and someone who is just like always second guessing themselves, I think that, like I said, my confidence coming back from LA is just so much more, I'm just so much more confident in myself. As a businesswoman, as a creative, as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman, as a creative, as an entrepreneur, I'm excited about what's next for me and what that looks like for me going forward. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying not to mess up my lashes. And this mirror is so far away from me. And I'm kind of just blending everything out with the same brush. I was about to say, but yeah. I just want to encourage you guys, if I can, to just pursue your dreams. Don't let anybody that's not living the life that you want to live for yourself talk you out of it. Don't even let people that are living the life that you want talk you out of it. You just need to, if you're going to look at anybody for any reason, look at them living their dream and let that serve as a reminder to you that what you want to achieve is possible. I will go ahead and get into this because I feel like a lot of times people will try to like discourage you from like pursuing your dreams. Did I mean to do that? We're gonna find out in a second if I meant to do that. But I feel like people will try to discourage you from following your dreams when they feel like you're a threat, or when they don't feel like it's something that they can do themselves. And unfortunately, you guys know I've been very open on my channel, which is why I don't ever really consider people to be like my mentors, and I'm very leery about who I allow myself to get close to in this business, because people can wear many hats, and one minute people are talking and moving like they're proud of you, and then the second that they start to see you level up or you start to do certain things, they start to get very weird. And as someone who didn't really grow up seeing a lot of support for the things that they wanted to do that was different, I've always been that person to encourage other people, to champion other people, because I know what it feels like to feel like, you know, don't nobody care, ain't nobody rooting for you. And I just feel like this month has really just been showing me that it literally does not matter who or who is not rooting for you. That, like, you don't need validation, you don't need support to be successful. You need to believe in yourself. You need to know that your dreams are achievable, and that's it. Like, you literally do not need anything else. You don't need it from your family, you don't need it from the people that you call or consider your friends, you don't need it from your peers in your field. You just need to believe in yourself, and that is how you're going to rise to the occasion. That's how you're going to rise to the occasion and become successful. You have to see it for yourself before anybody else can see it. And to be honest, 9 times out of 10, that's exactly how it's going to happen. You have to believe first. I'm gonna just speak for myself. I feel like a lot of times people, and by people I mean me, will get discouraged by feeling like, oh, I'm doing this dope thing, or I have XYZ going on and nobody's reposting, nobody's sharing, nobody's showing love. And it's like, I know people see it and I know people know what I'm doing, but they don't care. And the reality is, the reactions that I get from the stuff that I'm doing is always like when it's celebrity adjacent, and it just made me even more conscious about the people that I allow to be in my space, because it's like, I want people to rock with me because they rock with me, not because I am this celebrity's makeup artist, or I am, you know, working with this brand, or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't want the support to come in that way. And I feel like a lot of times I would allow that to stifle me. I would allow that to, like, when I am in these rooms or I am in these spaces and I'm working with these certain types of people, I just wouldn't post the content, because it's like, I don't want people only trying to root for me when they feel like they can attach themselves to something dope that I'm doing. And in the end, all that was doing was hurting me. So it's like, now that I'm back home and like going back to LA to make LA like my other place of residence, I just want to get out of the habit of feeling like I need other people to root for me in order for me to get to where it is that I need to be, or I need people to put me in position. When, to be honest, if you're just doing the work is going to put you in a position. It might take a longer time to get there, and that's okay. I would rather for it to take longer for me to get here, and the only person that I have to thank for me being where I'm at is myself, versus people trying to act as if they made me. So I think that that's the good part about like people not really showing love, or people being finicky about when to show up for you, is that nobody else can say that they made me. So yeah, I'm going to start to wrap up this makeup look, because I've already talked to y'all about everything that I need to talk to y'all about as far as like a life update. Hopefully y'all learned something new about me, or learned something about, you know, my process. Like I said, I am a bi-coastal baddie. I will still obviously take clients in South Carolina if my schedule permits it, but after going to LA and just seeing like what's possible for me out there, my goal is to not be in South Carolina as much as possible, because my life, my dreams, the things that I really, really want are literally waiting for me in LA. Like, truly. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, now it's literally just going to be like a speed round of me finishing up my makeup, because I don't really have anything else to talk about, and this video is already super long as is. Speaking of 427 Beauty, I'm gonna use my lip liner in the shade Chalk. Get into the color, babes. Order in me wants to keep this, so yeah. Alright, so like my go-to is usually like Baby Girl or Basically, just because I feel like those two are just so chef's kiss. But because I am doing more of like a fall look, I'm gonna mix Creamsicle and then one of the newer shades. So this is Creamsicle. It's like a orange gloss. So that's that, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of this new shade, which, not y'all getting a sneak peek. It's the tiniest bit. Now I feel like a clear gloss just ties it all together. At this point, I have no desire to add like a clear gloss to 427 Beauty, just because I really love the one from Muse Beauty, but also Hair Store Clear Gloss is always gonna be that girl. So that is it. I'll take these clips out of my hair, and then I will be back on camera to close out the video for y'all. All right, you guys, so that is it for the final look. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. You got a quick little life update about me and what I have going on. All products that can be tagged will be listed down below in the description box. Let me know what you guys want to see from me. I will tell y'all now, I am not the best at vlogging. Honestly, I need to get better vlogging equipment. I feel like that would definitely raise my spirits as far as me wanting to hop into that space of being more consistent with vlogging. But until then, if there's any type of beauty related content you guys want to see, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to follow me across all socials at thefashionceesta. I believe Twitter is just fashionceesta without the the, because there's not enough characters for me to put the full thefashionceesta. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, so much for tuning in, so much for showing me love, and just continuing to check on me in other platforms while I am away from YouTube. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.